Episode 41b4 of 4 Windy in Oakridge-Westfir, Oregon, meets NAAQS standards based on a few large-scale PM 2.5 monitors, but businesses take this as a green light to pollute more, with less regulations on industry in the future. Windy noted that the federal status of Oakridge area air quality was upgraded Wednesday, a testament to years of work to reduce the output of smoke from the wood-burning stoves that are used in the area and kept air quality substandard. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency now says the Oakridge-Westfir airshed meets the National Ambient Air Quality Standard, NAAQS, for particulate matter under the Clean Air Act, which it hadn't been meeting before 2016, largely because of smoke produced by wood-burning stoves. Until its redesignation, the Oakridge-Westfir airshed was the only part of Lane County that didn't meet those standards. The Oakridge-Westfir airshed now is designated in attainment of federal standards, according to the EPA. The area's EPA designation had been non-attainment since 1987. Some of the business benefits for the area in meeting those federal standards include fewer regulations on industries operating in the Oakridge area and more opportunities to conduct prescribed burns meant to reduce wildfire risks. There's less red tape around industries setting up shop in Oakridge. There's less things that have to be considered, less boxes that have to be checked off, a businessman said. It does provide more flexibility for land managers around Oakridge to do things like prescribed burns to manage the forests. And, for Oakridge area residents, wintertime air over recent years has become easier and healthier to breathe. This EPA standard does not account for wildfire smoke. The news the EPA now considered the Oakridge-Westfir airshed to be within its standards may surprise area residents, who have since August suffered through unhealthy air quality because of smoke from the nearby Cedar Creek fire and last year's Middle Fork Complex fire. But the EPA has excluded from its compliance calculations some data points reflecting poor air quality caused by extraordinary events, such as wildfires, which can't be regulated by government agencies. Air quality in Oakridge was hazardous Friday morning, and an air quality advisory remains in effect until further notice for the area because of smoke from the Cedar Creek fire. Just because the EPA says, we're not going to count this wildfire data and hold it against the community in terms of whether they're in attainment or non-attainment, you still have to recognize that the community lives through that air quality and lives through that experience of really reduced air quality from wildfires, Lane County of the State of Oregon, Regional Air Protection Agency, LRAPA, representative said. LRAPA completely expects to see more wildfires impacting not only Oakridge, but also impacting the Eugene-Springfield area. It took a lot of hard work to get to this point. Historically, the Oakridge area suffers from smoke most during winter months, when airflow often stalls and traps the smoke from wood stoves, used during power outages and used because there is no natural gas infrastructure. It's nothing like our wildfire smoke, that's a whole other level. But the wintertime wood smoke can just get to the point where it hangs around for multiple days on end and without the relief we see in the summertime from breezes, said the executive director of South Willamette Solutions, the nonprofit that runs the Oakridge Air Program. Meeting the U.S. National Ambient Air Quality Standards, EPA's limits on 6 air pollutants including particulate matter, has required a community-wide effort, bringing together regulators, city officials, federal partners, and local groups. Mary noted that the focus of residents against wood smoke emission particulates, ROSEP, is on the health effects to near neighbors of living next to residential wood burning, in those hyper-localized areas where the source of particulate pollution, PM 2.5, is concentrated. PM 2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, is the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, causing a cascade of human health problems. Wood smoke consists of 90% PM 2.5. Residential PM 2.5 monitors can be purchased by neighbors from Purple Air for less than $300, and their locations are put on the online Purple Air map, along with data uploaded every 10 minutes, available to the general public, and of course, to governmental authorities. Neighbors of residential wood burners would like their Purple Air PM 2.5 monitor data to be used to regulate and shut down residential wood burning detected at neighbors' fence lines that exceeds the World Health Organization, WHO, standards of 5 micrograms per meter cubed or future U.S. standards of 8 micrograms per meter cubed. There could even be court-ordered monitoring using a neighbor-owned Purple Air PM2.5 monitor as a breathalyzer, similar to car breathalyzers court-ordered for repeat drunk drivers, to turn off the ignition of a neighboring indoor wood stove when levels of PM2.5 in a near neighbor's yard is exceeded. In this way, governmental authorities would not have to check the make and model of an appliance and would not have to rely on unreliable certification and other worthless assurances of levels of wood stove particulate emissions by the company that manufactured the wood stove. Purple Air monitors also provide data every 10 minutes 24 hours a day, and data can be downloaded from the map by governmental authorities the day after the PM2.5 levels are exceeded, during normal government working hours. Purple Air PM2.5 monitors are so reliable and accurate they are put on U.S. Air Now smoke and fire maps alongside $100,000 Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, monitors, correlated to the EPA monitors with a simple mathematical formula. But to publicize this, it is necessary to point out that living hyperlocalized next to a residential wood burner is essentially the same as living hyperlocalized next to any kind of PM2.5 emitting wood burning appliance, next to a PM2.5 emitting wood burning wildfire, or next to a PM2.5 emitting industrial biomass wood burning facility.